The question we're going to dive in today is how do I get 100 plus listings up every single month? And what does that really look like? Is it me just iterating on a particular design over and over again? What does it really look like? And does it mean that I'm listing in 100 different niches, or am I sticking to a couple of niches? We're actually going to jump into a question and answer session I had with one of my members over in the Learn and Earn Academy. If that's something you might be interested in, I'll leave a link to it down below. But she was gracious enough to let me use my Loom video answer to her as my content today with you. The truth is, it hasn't just been a struggle for me to get my Etsy listings up. It's also been a struggle for me to get my YouTube content out this very busy month of December. So after I answered her question on this, I thought, boy, let me see if she'll let me post this because I think a lot of people would find this really helpful. So a big thank you to Kelly for asking such a powerful and intriguing question and for letting me post it here on YouTube. Let's jump in. Hi, Kelly. Okay, said, hey, Shanna, I'm sure everyone has been messaging you because, drumroll, the much anticipated and appreciated trend report has arrived. I'm glad you like it. One of my favorite videos to watch because I get pumped, laugh out loud. I am curious. You said you were doing 100 listings a month, and my my brain broke. Laugh out loud. I'm like 5 a month right now, and I think because, like you mentioned, life gets in the way sometimes, and you have to pull back. We are getting ready to go into winter break, so I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Anyway, first of all, I haven't done any listings during the month of December, so you know. But starting in January, I'm going to try to get back to like 150 a week, which I'm sorry. Put the brain back together. Don't let it break. 150 a month, but that really means like 70 designs. I'm going to A/B test. The A/B test I'm going to be doing this year, or at least for like the first 3 months of the year, is going to be shipping versus separate shipping versus paid shipping. Like included shipping versus, you know what I mean, the shipping thing. So I'm going to be doing an A/B test with that, which is going to get all my designs out there twice. So I'm going to do 70 to 75 designs, but it's going to be like 140 to 150 listings. Okay, so I think I may have just answered your next thing. Okay, anyway, getting back to the 100 plus listings and your homework from the trend report. When you list so many items, are you taking one design and just tweaking it? No, I'm not. They're all different. Different niche, different color scheme, or are you coming up with 5 totally different designs? Okay, so great question. I really need to do some videos on this. I need to like organize my thoughts on it. I batch stuff. So let's say I'm doing, let's say I'm going to do nurse stuff and I'm going to do, and it's not going to just be nurse stuff, just randomly all kinds all over the place. I'm going to go do, let's say I'm going to do a Black History nurse thing. So maybe I have 5 or 6 nurses that I work with. So okay, I'll have those 5 or 6 titles. RN nurse, just regular nurse, whatever it is. My 5 or 6 titles I'm be working with. That's right there, 6 designs, but a variation on each, because I'm going to change the title of the nurse. My teacher niche works like that too, because I'll do like K through 5th grade. And let's say I'm specifically going to sit down and do a round of Black History ones. So now I come up with my design, I come up with my layout, and I come up with my wording, all from bestsellers, right? So like maybe I'm going to do nurse, and then from like the Black History stuff, I know that elevated, melanated, educated, I forgot the other word, super popular phrase, and I'm going to mix these 2 things up. So now I come up with my layout. I come up with, I'm going to use one of the trends, quite honestly, from the trend report. So let's say I'm using the cheetah print with the black font inside. And so I come up with my layout, and now I've got 6 designs. Boom, done. Because I'm going to just take out labor and RN nurse, and I'm just going to do regular nurse. I'm going to take out RN nurse and put labor and delivery nurse, or, I'm going to swap out that stuff. I got 6 designs. But I'm still doing a batch of Black History nurse ones specifically. So now maybe I'm going to use my same phrasing, the elevated, melanated, with the nurse types, right? RN nurse, labor and delivery nurse, yada, yada. And now I'm going to use a different trend. Maybe I'm going to use the varsity, this layout that's like the varsity letters that are curved, and I'm going to write the words right underneath the way that like the established year is often written underneath in this layout. I'm talking about these layouts specifically because they're on my mind because in my last video that went out. So if you don't know, if you're like, what layout is she talking about? And go watch that video. You'll see what I mean. You'll see why this is on my mind. And then boom, I got 6 more. This would be an easy enough one to do just one more. So I'd probably wind up with a batch of 18 because I do 6 more of, all my 6 type of nurses that I'm doing. And just maybe I'm going to do a brushstroke thing now. And so the word nurse is going to be in brushstroke. And then the other elements will be like maybe in white lettering or a color that complements the brushstroke pattern that I'm using. And I got 6 more. That turns into... what's 18 plus 18? 36. That turns into 36 listings because I'm going to do 18 different designs, all for nurses, but aimed at different sub niches within the nurse. And I just, this is a template for me. I'm hitting these specific nurses all year long, right? Like these are the 6 nurses that I hit all year long. And whenever I do a round of these, this is what I'm doing. So so that's kind of how I do that. So hopefully that leaves your brain less broken. It's very efficient for me to do it that way. Really, I just came up with 3 designs, but I niched it out to these 6 different nurses. I wanted to add something here. So I said my goal would be 70-ish something designs, which was going to lead to 150-ish listings. And so just to kind of add to this here, where I'm sharing that I'm doing, really it's 3 designs and I'm branching it out to like 18 designs, more listings than that, but 18 designs because it's 3 designs, but I'm doing it for 6 nurses each. So with something like this, I wouldn't count it as 18 designs out of my 70-ish designs that I'm doing for the month, because that's a little bit excessive for these 3 designs to count as 18 of my stabs, because I don't know if this design that I'm branching out, these 3 designs that I'm branching out, are going to really be what hits the market right now. Everything that I'm doing is absolutely based on market research. And if you need help with that, please see the playlist that I'll leave down below. And I'll also leave it linked up in one of these corners up here, because that's a crucial piece of, making your stabs, always being mindful of trying to do it based on market research. And that's actually not really hard to do. It's actually quite fun to do. And it leads to results that are a lot more fun in your shop. So because this did take me time to branch these out, and I know that they're based on really good market research and it's a good stab, I'm not going to count it. And this is where, you could kind of take your liberties of if this strategy helps you. That's honestly how I do it. So out of those 70 designs, I'm not going to count it as 18. It's really 3 designs, but I'm probably going to count it as more than 3 designs because I spent the time to take so many stabs. So while I don't want it to be 18 out of the 70 and let myself get away with that kind of figuring, I also want to count it as more than just 3 to make all my time and energy there worth it and be able to make the goal achievable for me. So I'd probably count it somewhere. Maybe I'd split the difference and count it as like 9. Okay, so out of my 70 designs, this will count as 9. So sometimes that's how I'm making it achievable for myself without being a little bit ridiculous. Counting, I did 18 tries, but it was really 3 designs, right? So hope that makes sense. All right, back to Kelly. And it could be different. It could, like, if you're doing, like, let's say you're doing a plant lover shirt. Okay, well, now I'm going to do a batch of probably 10, but there are going to be different designs. They're probably going to be different. Maybe I'll have like a phrase that's doing really well in plant lovers, but I'll give it like 5 different looks. I'm going to do the brush stroke look. I'm going to do the cheetah print look. I'm going to do like these different looks or layouts with that phrase. Like maybe maybe I do like 5 of them, and then I'll pick another phrase and do it again, like 5 more. And then maybe I do a batch of 10 with something like that, but I list it 20 times because now I'm going to list it all without shipping and all with shipping. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Also, the Mad Gab design has got my pun-loving brain working. I love a good play on words. I remember watching Ryan, I forgot his Ryan Hogue last name, but he's a big YouTube original niche report guy. Yes. And he showed a similar bestseller from Amazon months ago. Oh, did he? I wonder what it was. If you remember, let me know. I love that stuff too. I'm not good at it, but I love trying to figure it out. And had a line from a song written out like Mad Gab phrase. Ooh, do you think that's trademark infringement? Just thinking. So when Kelly is referencing Mad Gab, I had mentioned, and I'm going to show the shirts to you in just a second, some shirts. If you're familiar with the game Mad Gab, it's super fun. I'm super bad at it, but it is super fun. And it's basically based off the idea that you read your card out loud to the people you're playing with, and they everyone has to figure out, what you're saying. So this says, hit soon, leap uphill of. 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 Do you hear it? I'm really bad at this, so I'll look. It's only puppy love? Hit soon, leap uphill love. Did you hear it? I was not ever going to get that one. So I discovered a shirt that's very inappropriate. I will put it up here. Please do not read this out loud. If you're, listening to your earbuds and you're somewhere public, don't start saying this out loud while you're walking through the grocery store. If you've got kids in the car or something like that, do not read this out loud. It's a bit inappropriate. I couldn't figure out what it was. I had to actually go Google this to try to figure out what it was, and then I heard it right away. Luckily, I wasn't reading it out loud anywhere either, but it is a bestseller on Etsy. And then Kelly sent an example that Ryan Hogan revealed with this same strategy, the same funny strategy of, it's being incognito because you can't really readily understand what it's saying. And so the one that Ryan Hogue shared, and I'll put that up on screen here too so you could see it. The one that Ryan Hogue shared was actually based off of a song title. So Kelly's asking, do I think that would be okay? All right, so I am not a trademark lawyer, and I can only tell you what I'm personally comfortable with. And so you take that with a grain of salt and make the best decision for yourself. To the best of my understanding, there's room for parody in what we're putting on our t-shirts. But with that, you'd want to tread very lightly. Someone with a lot more money than we have that wants to come after us for something is at an advantage, even if there's room for parody, right? Now, personally, with something like this, I would feel very comfortable putting this on a t-shirt myself, a song title that's written like this, okay? Because it looks, it's not really the song title at all. It's completely done in a different way. It's totally different. Now, with that being said, also understand that your SEO, your title and your tags, I would not, you cannot put the name of that artist, the actual name of that song. Maybe it's country music, so maybe, you might put country lover or country music lover, but you wouldn't want to put anything about the artist or the actual song title in your SEO. You can't put inspired by or anything like that. That does not protect you. So that's my 2 cents on that, but you are taking that from someone who is not a trademark lawyer. All right, back to Kelly. Thank you so much. You are so welcome. Seriously, this group and your time has been the best investment on this journey. Oh, thank you, Kelly. I'm so glad. I've been lost for the past year, and I'm feeling like I'm starting to find my way slightly. Oh, yay. Any advice, tips you can share to maximize time, I will gladly take. I'm working on my shop late at night. I've given up makeup for sleep in the morning. Oh, that's commitment. That is commitment. My students probably don't even look at my face anymore. I love that I vibe with that. I would tell my kids at school when they weren't paying attention, like, guys, I took 20 minutes doing my makeup this morning. Come on, don't I look pretty enough? Why are you paying attention to the clock or to the wall or to the door? My students probably don't even look at my face anymore. Laugh out loud. Your journey really resonates with me because you were a teacher and now you're making shirts. And that's kind of been my dream for 6 years now. Well, then you are set up for so much more success than I ever was, because I wasn't interested in shirts until someone made a video about it. And they happened to mention the teacher niche in that very first video I saw. So I was like, oh, I can do that. But it was never an interest prior. So you got this, Kelly. You got it in the bag. I just never knew POD existed until last October. Laugh out loud. Sorry, such a long message. Thanks again. No problem, Kelly. I hope this helps. I hope it helps bunches. I think you're on the right track. I am wishing you a great day, and I will talk to you soon. If you found value from this video, take a quick second to let Kelly and I know by giving the video a thumbs up, and then head down to the comments to let me know what you think this says. I'm not going to say it out loud because I'm afraid you'll hear me. You'll hear it as I say it. But see if you can figure out what this is. Let me know in the comments what you think it is, and then make sure you do this as you're working on your Etsy shop. And when you head down there, if you are interested in being in the membership and joining Kelly, I'll also leave a link down there in the description. Or perhaps maybe you'd prefer to hear a little bit more about market research and how to add value to the market. In that case, watch the video that's about to pop up, but of course, not until after that tip from Tucker. Tucker, take it away.